Hey everyone, you're watching The Short Scoop, the show all about movies, games, and anything pop culture. I'm your host, Danny Boy, and today we have an interview with the Oscar-winning writer, Terrell Alvin McCraney, who wrote the original adapted screenplay for Best Movie of the Year, Moonlight. Now, before we get into his interview, it's really hard not to talk about what happened at the Oscars, so let's recap what happened really quick.
La La Land.
I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.
So we all remember that happening, but if we actually look at the picture closer, we can see some evidence on who was behind the mess up that night. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so joking aside, Steve Harvey didn't actually give him the envelope, but he did tweet about the Oscars saying, "Call me Warren Beatty, I can help you get through this, #Oscars." You know, it looks like Steve and Warren could be best friends. All right, so quick shout out to all the filmmakers and everyone involved who won an Oscar. Now let's take a closer look at Terrell, who was at the New World School of the Arts where he graduated from, and see how he made the story Moonlight so impacting to his community.
Well, all we're doing is practicing, right? I mean, the art is all we do in art is put a frame around life, and life is ever moving and imperfect. So that's all we're doing is practicing. We're never, if art was ever perfect, it would cease to exist, right? It took two Miami boys to sort of come up with a way to do something that was authentic Miami, and I think I'm glad Miami's realizing that. The quality of the movie is beyond what I could imagine, and in some places more accurate than my own memory. And I lived some of those things.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Make sure to follow and like. I'm your host, Danny Boy, and I'll see you next time on The Short Scoop.